All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? I thought it's a good opportunity to do a live and do a truth bomb live. I think this is absolutely required. Now that we won't have Chelsea playing for a little while, international break coming up very soon. Yeah, it's going to be a little while until we see Chelsea back in action again, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble in Champions League. You'd think the players would have some pride to ensure that we don't get knocked out of this Champions League too early. Like, our upcoming 2 matches in the Champions League will be AC Milan back to back. We need a victory. We need a victory desperately, and probably a draw. There's no way we can get away with, say, a couple of draws, or if it's another loss, I think it's curtains. And we could be looking down the barrel of Europa League. You just think that some of these players that we're going to talk about, they'll have that pride to ensure that, no way I'm getting knocked out of Champions League. No way. It's been too long now, man. It's been too long with some of these players. I know I threw in Gallagher there, and I know Gallagher, it's not been long, but I think Gallagher, just on a separate sort of note, I suppose, in regards to Truth Bomb, we just have to be honest. I could see Ishan in the live chat. Good to see you, my man. Truth Bomb, Gadhamaka, smash the goddamn likes, buddies. Yeah, come on, guys, come on. Let's talk about this. Let's start with Kai Havertz. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not even being unfair anymore. Like, we've now well and truly, got into the new season. Pre-season was a sleep mode. Not just Kai Havertz, many players just sleeping. Kai Havertz last season as well. In different season parts of it, he looked great. And then other parts, he looked absolutely rubbish. Finishing. Do you know what I hate about Kai Havertz? Is how open his stance is every time when he gets the ball. It's like you can easily take the ball away from him. He doesn't seem to protect the ball enough. He gets dispossessed, and he's so lethargic about his passing as well. He's too casual. He doesn't seem to focus where he wants to pass. Too many times his passes are mistimed, intercepted. And even lately, some of his first touches aren't that good either. And we can't even complain in recent times, especially the match under Graham Potter last night. He played in the position where he should thrive, just behind the striker and just in front of the midfielders, in that central attacking midfield role, where you can have a lot of freedom. I don't know what he did with that freedom, man. You'd think there would be a burning desire inside him that, yes, finally I get to play in the position where I can express myself, and I'm going to tear it apart. And he goes completely missing. Honestly, I don't know what he did against Salzburg, if anything. And for me, that is a shame. That is a shame. And this is where I feel like, I know some of you guys might say, oh, he's only 23. Nah, man, the years, they go quick. Before you know, he's 25, and all we can ever remember of Havertz is the Champions League goal. Where's those precision passing? Where's those silky touches? Where's those, shooting technique? Is he a good shooter? No. Can he dribble? No. Would you say he's someone who finds key passes on a regular basis? Probably not. Is he excellent in crossing? No. Has he got great ball control? Probably not. Gets dispossessed. It's very, very, it's very annoying. Like, I honestly thought he could potentially play the similar role to what Pascal Gross does. Pascal Gross does for Brighton. Pascal Gross over there plays just behind the strikers, and he's more of a creative outlet. Honestly, I don't even think if Havertz would replace Pascal Gross in Brighton. I'm pretty certain Pascal Gross would start ahead of Havertz if Havertz was a Brighton player. It's jarring, man. Chelsea Football Club, man. The standard's got to be high. How is it possible that we won the Champions League a couple of seasons ago and now we are looking at the barrel of possibly getting out? Our first two matches in the Champions League was Zagreb and Salzburg, and we got 1 point. 1 point out of possible 6, and we are bottom of the table in our group. It's not. It's not acceptable, man. This for me, this is a make or break season for Kai Havertz, and it has not started well. Pre-season was a mess up, and it's continued on to be rubbish till now. At the end of this season, Kai Havertz will have 2 more seasons left in his contract. And if he continues like this, I guess that's the caveat. If somehow drastically he changes his form and he becomes a monster, fine, stay. But it's got to be on a consistent level. I don't want to see purple patches. I don't want to see 4 or 5 games, good games, and then he disappears again for the rest of the season. I want to see good, solid 6 months at least of good form, good contribution, good attitude, and development in his game. If I don't see that at the end of this season, it comes to a point where he's got 2 more seasons left. Do you sell? Do you give a contract extension? I say you sell. These same players will give trouble to Graham Potter, just the way they gave trouble to Thomas Tuchel. Just the way we were screaming for Thomas Tuchel to get his players. Honestly, right now, I'm already screaming for Potter to get his own players. That game against Salzburg, man, we had chances to finish things off. We had chances. And I'm not going to have another manager sacked. No way. No way do I want another manager sacked. We can't say Sarri was poor, this and that was poor, Tuchel was poor, Potter's poor. No, we can't. We can't do this merry-go-round all the time. I rather Graham Potter with his head of recruitment and hopefully the director of football come in, find your player, find the player that actually suits you and get them. Because it's mad. It's mad. It can't continue like that. It just can't continue like that. Let's talk about Hakim Ziyech. My Habibi. My Habibi. This brother needs to go. This brother needs to go. It was a disaster versus Zagreb. A complete disaster versus Zagreb. And yesterday against Salzburg, oh my God. Just when I thought you can't actually get worse than Havertz, for me, Havertz was poor against Salzburg. He was literally non-existent. In comes Ziyech for the final 10 to 15 minutes, and he eclipses Havertz's performance. How poor does one have to play to eclipse Havertz's performance against Salzburg? Just deep that for a moment. Just deep that for a moment. And this is coming from someone who likes and loves Hakim Ziyech. There was a pass he gave to Conor Gallagher. Poor Conor Gallagher still ran after it. I'm thinking in my head, Conor, stop, bro. Stop. That don't need to run for that. That is only going out. Once again, dispossessed. Missed time. In the 10 to 15 minutes he came on, my God, the amount of missed time passes I saw. Wow. Let's not even forget the chances that he had. Great movement into the box, central, very center inside the box with his left foot, and he scuffs a shot. We had a chance to win. He had one of the chances. In fact, I even forgot that counter attack from Broha, Armando Broha. That counter attack, Broha, Sterling to Broha then whips it in. How casual was that? How casual is Ziyech with the finish, trying to dink it in? Brother, that's your opportunity to ensure you get the winner for Chelsea Football Club. Mad. It's his body language as well, man. It's his body language. Nothing is right. His demeanor. You can clearly see he doesn't want to stick around here. He doesn't want to stick around. He has to be, unless once again the caveat, something drastically changes. Graham Potter somehow gets into the head and manages to explain to him, you're part of the football club, this, that, the other, brings his confidence back. Unless something drastic, like a proper wizardry, like Ziyech wizardry happens, this brother has to be the first one out. As soon as it's 31st December and the clock after midnight goes into 1st January, he needs to be the first one gone. As soon as you celebrate the New Year's Eve and it becomes 1st of Jan, you grab him by the collar and you go, time to move on. Time to move on. He has to be one of the first players gone. He has to be. It's not, once again, it's not fair on Graham Potter to call upon players that are going to come in from the bench and provide that type of an impact. That's almost negative impact, man. That's detrimental. That actually gives the team a confidence downer. You can see a few times Reece James was hesitant to pass the ball to Hakim Ziyech because he was thinking, oh, what's this brother going to do, man? As I said, unless something drastically changes. Do you know what I mean? I can see someone over here saying, it's unfair, Miz. Unfair what? Unfair. You know what's unfair? It's unfair the way he's playing. It's unfair how he doesn't finish. It's unfair that when he had the opportunity, not once, but twice to win the game for Chelsea Football Club, but not being able to do that. That's unfair. That's unfair. We can't harbor sentimentals. Do you know what I mean? Like, as I said, I love Hakim Ziyech, but I can't be sentimental about it. I need what's the betterment for the football club. And the betterment for the football club is We need players that's going to work for Graham Potter. We don't need players that's going to be subpar and outright disastrous at times. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat. Why was Sterling taken off? I don't know. I wouldn't have taken him off. And we'll get to Pulisic next up, because for me, what did he do? What did Pulisic do? I wouldn't have taken him off. Is it, I don't know, fatigue? But what fatigue? That's the first match Chelsea played in a week. Unless Graham Potter is just willing to give opportunity off the bench, just wanted to give someone else a chance. But I wouldn't have taken Sterling out. I would have taken Mount out, and we'll talk about Mount. But Ziyech, nah, he's got to go. He wants to go. You know, you can see he's not willing to be at Chelsea Football Club, and there's no need for it either. No need to, you know, keep him around if he's not interested. I love comments like this. Too reactionary. Is Potter's first game for FC? But did you just drop into the live chat now? Did you not see my watch along? Did you not see my review? I'm not having a go at Potter. If anything, I think Graham Potter was very good. If anything, we as a unit played very well. I'm talking about truth bomb on certain of these players. But you better just, I suggest you leave the live chat and go to bed or go to work, whatever you're doing. No need to drop your nonsense, and it means nothing. Only here to disrupt the live chat. Christian Pulisic. Another guy who actually wanted to leave Chelsea Football Club, and we forced him to stay. I wish we didn't. He came on as well, and at least Sterling was... He pretty much took Sterling's position. And Pulisic provided no impetus. I don't know what's happened to him. Where is that taking on the guy? Like, where is his ability to take on the man? I want him to be able to take on your player. Where is that ability gone? Sterling, every time he was wide left, he wanted to zero in on the defender. He wanted to make the defender panic. Pulisic gets the ball, no impetus to go at the defender. He's looking around where to pass, sideways, backwards. Brother, you're the dribbler. You're the dribbler of the team. We need to have impact. Look at the way Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he came off the bench, he had impact. Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on and he looked like he wanted to make a difference. It looked like he was hungry. He was taking his man on. Christian Pulisic, where's the pace, man? Where's the burst of pace? Where's the dribbling? Where's the shooting? Where's everything? Where is everything? It's, once again, it's not fair. It's not fair for Graham Potter. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. Graham Potter used to have Leandro Trossard. Do you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? Like, it seems Trossard. How many of you guys would have Trossard over Pulisic at Chelsea Football Club? I know I would. I would have Trossard over Pulisic any day. Imagine being able to bring on Trossard as opposed to Pulisic. Solly March is probably better. Royston, Miz, why do our players like to pass sideways when did we start doing this? I'll tell you why. I was thinking, is it the system? Do you know what? It's just players trying to be safe. They don't want to take risk. You look at Sterling, every time he's on the ball, he wants to take a risk. He wants to take, but it's calculated risk, not reckless like Ziyech. Like Ziyech wants to take a risk, but it's reckless. Some of our players, they want to make sure their stats look good. 5 out of 5 passes completed. Tick. Do you know what I mean? Like pass accuracy, 99%. Who gives a damn? You know, this is why these sideways merchant. But Pulisic is another one, along with Hakim Ziyech, January. The thing is, I don't know whether Pulisic would actually leave in January. I think Pulisic wanted to go now so that he can get ready for the World Cup. I'm not really sure whether Pulisic come January after the World Cup, he may just stick around and just say, look, I get paid well here. I might just stick around here. These players, they've damaged up. Like they need to move on. They need to move on. And we're not even being reactionary anymore. This is Christian Pulisic's 3rd season, is it? Lampard, Tuchel. No, this is Pulisic's 4th season. This is Christian Pulisic's 4th season at Chelsea Football Club. We're not even being reactionary anymore. It's high time. And in 4 seasons, the only highlights I remember about Christian Pulisic is the plethora of injuries and that one glamorous moment of purple patch post-lockdown, Project Restart. And the other highlights I remember is his dad tweeting non-stop and liking Mason Mount's failed compilations. That guy's mad. Christian Pulisic's dad actually went around liking Mason Mount and Kai Havertz's failed compilations on Twitter. It's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got over 200 people live. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to well over 100. It'd be great to get well over 100 likes, and then we'll push towards 200. I think it'll be fantastic. Time to be honest. Time to be talking the truth. Christian Pulisic needs to go as well. Come January, needs to go. Mason Mount. What do I say about Mason Mount? Very sensitive topic, isn't it? Many don't want to talk about it. Many want to be tiptoeing around it. Rishab, I can see Rishab's comment. Mason was decent yesterday. Mason was all right, but not to the standard of Chelsea. And I'm not just talking about yesterday, Rishab. This stream is not about yesterday. Because if it was about yesterday, then you need to watch the review. If that's what you want. If you want to watch Mason Mount about yesterday, please watch the review. I said in my review, Mason was, like you, decent. He did some good things and then he did some not so good things. But I'm not talking about Mason Mount from yesterday. I'm not about last game. I'm about Mason Mount over the last 12 months minimum. Mason Mount over the last 12 months playing in a key position, whether it's sometimes in midfield or further up. We need a lot more, man. We need a lot more. His final third decision making is not up to the standard, man. It just ain't. How many times have we seen Mason Mount in and around the box in great areas? And that quality that you look for, those days, back in those days when we had ballers in our team. And that's where Mason Mount lets you down. Even lately, he's shooting. He had a fantastic chance in the first half, just in and around the box to score a goal. And he curled that shot so much when he just needed to slap it, it would have been a goal. That should have been a goal. That really should have been a goal. Honestly, he creates a lot of his, so-called chances from set pieces. I need the brother to create a lot more from open game. I know some of you guys might say, oh, but did you see that cross? Have you seen that cross that landed to Sterling yesterday? That was a fortuitous cross. That cross had nothing in it. That cross had no pace. That cross had no zip. That cross had no venom. It literally went through 2 or 3 players and somehow it fell into Sterling fortuitously. And thank God Sterling, with great shooting technique, was able to put that ball away. Besides that, there were some decent half turns from Mount. There were some decent moments. But then there was things that were missing. But even him, looking back this season so far, pre-season, not so good. Post-pre-season, before Thomas Tuchel got sacked, not good. Last season, yes, goals and assists were there, but that's all there was there. There wasn't a complete package. He just came in and chipped in with, and how many of those goals were in a winning situation where he dragged us out? He grabbed Chelsea by the collar and dragged us out. How many of them was that? Mason Mount's another player that's been playing for Chelsea Football Club for a while now. I need more, man. I need more. I'm sorry. He plays in a spot in the team where it's crucial. And you have to deliver the goods on a regular basis. Look at the players Man City have in those areas. KDB, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Foden. Look at the players PSG have. Look at the players Bayern Munich have. I don't know if you guys watch Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. My days, some of the players Bayern Munich have around there. Even Barcelona, man. Pedri, Gavi. I'm talking about Chelsea Football Club getting back into the top echelons. Do you know what I mean? Pritham, thank you so much for the super chat. Miz, thoughts on your coaching staff? I like it, man. I've got nothing to complain about Graham Potter. Graham Potter, I thought tactically did very, very well, man. That structure he put out for his first game, I'm very, very satisfied, pleased, and I feel like it'll only get better and better. But with the right players, because the same players will keep missing opportunities and you'll see Graham Potter being frustrated as well. And I don't want that. I don't want that. But yeah, Mason looking to get a new contract. Todd Bowley probably looking to set him up with a 7-year contract or something like that, or 6-year contract. I don't know, man. I don't know. And also, what sort of wages? If Reece James is on 250 grand and Reece completely deserves it, Reece is probably the only one that deserves it. I don't know if Mason Mount, what's Mason Mount gonna negotiate? What's he gonna want? Is Mason Mount gonna say, well, Reece is getting 250, I need to get more? I'm not sure if I would give such a long contract and hefty wage. Obviously, I'd give him more wages, no doubt about that. Mount Mount definitely does deserve a pay rise. There is no doubt about this. But we got to be careful. We got to be careful that we don't set the wrong precedent, because once we actually get the right players for Potter come January and the next transfer window, whoever, like if we get proper big time ballers, they'll be looking at our pay structure and they'll be like, well, let's say for argument's sake, you end up paying Mason Mount 200K per week. They'll be going, mate, you're minimum giving me 200, if anything, more than 200. We got to be careful. We got to be careful what we do with Mason Mount. Yeah, the performances, his abilities have got to improve. His abilities have got to improve. Azpilicueta, do you know what? I blame our football club, our board, and maybe to a certain degree, I don't know who forced. Maybe it was Thomas Tuchel that was wanting Azpilicueta. I don't blame Potter for starting Azpi, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't blame Potter for starting Azpi. Azpi is the club captain. Azpi is the club captain. He's not been dethroned. And when you are the new gaffer, much like what Tuchel did, you have to get the buy-in of the captain. He's your captain. You know, others look up to him. He has the authority. Potter's just come in and he needs friends in the squad. And the first person he looks at is the club captain. You got to get the buy-in of the club captain, and then only the club captain can help to get the buy-in of others. I don't even blame Potter for starting Azpilicueta. We can see he does not, like, do you know what? Like, I love Azpilicueta, but his time is gone. And now it's entering into a situation where it may start feeling sour. Do you remember when Ivanovic, he was such a glamorous right-sided, player, right fullback for us. And then the final stages of Ivanovic for us, oh my God, it got bad. It got bad. And Azpi is now entering into that zone where I don't want Azpi to be remembered for these final few moments at Chelsea Football Club. This is why the brother should have gone to Barcelona. Some of you guys are saying maybe it was Tuchel. Probably it was Tuchel that wanted to keep him. I wish the owners didn't keep him. I wish the owners sold him to Barcelona. Junaid, Ms. Thoughts on Azpi starting? I thought that was an awful choice. Azpi has been poor as Kai every time he has played. It was awful. Of course it was awful. But I don't blame Potter for selecting Azpi. He's club captain. This is why we made the mess. It's not Potter's mess. We made the mess. Now, what Graham Potter does down the track, we'll see. But surely he cannot, off the get-go, drop the captain, the club captain. Like, you don't want Azpilicueta to then become, disgruntled. This is why we shouldn't have kept him. He should have gone. The way we conceded that goal, of course, Thiago Silva makes the mistake of diving in, but Azpi had no awareness of where anything was. But that's not just yesterday. That's how Azpi's been for the past, definitely this season, for the little bits and pieces he's played, and also last season. If you guys remember, Richarlison, when he scored against us at Everton, Azpi, not knowing where things are. His legs are gone. People beat him too easily with pace, man. Way too easily. Graham Potter soon will have to make a tough decision, unfortunately, that he's put in this predicament. But he will have to make a tough decision. I expect Wesley Fofana to play in that position ASAP. I need pace. I need some authority. Do you know what I mean? You don't blame Potter for playing Azpi. Who do you blame? Probable Lukaku and Ziyech. Yeah, good on you, mate. Great comment. Thank you for that. You're a smart one, aren't you? Good stuff. Thank you for the contribution. Clearly, you've been listening. Common sense is not so common, ladies and gentlemen. Azpi. We have to look at ways to selling him. We have to look at ways to selling him. He signed a 2-year contract as well. 2 years. Wow. We have to be able to sell him either in summer. It looks like probably be summer. In the summer and salvage some money, man. See if we can get 5 million or 6 million, whatever, and get him to move on. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher, I'm not here to be harsh on Conor Gallagher. The truth bomb was more about the other players that we talked about. Conor Gallagher is more the fact that I don't know whether he fits the Chelsea style. It's got nothing to do with Conor Gallagher's skill set or his attitude. I think Conor Gallagher is a very, very good player. I think he's got a fantastic attitude. But I don't think his style, like his skill set, fits Chelsea Football Club. Maybe it might work as Ankit is saying, Miz, I believe Conor will work wonders under Potter. I hope so. I'm happy to be patient. But once again, off the bench for the little minutes that he got, you're looking for impact, right? You're looking for impact. Why do you bring in a substitution? You're looking for impact. And so far, the matches Conor Gallagher has played this season, whether it be under Thomas Tuchel, whether it be now under Potter, the one game off the bench, I don't know, man. Doesn't fill me with confidence. And the way Potter plays, it is possession-based football as well. It's not like we shy away from possession. The way we played against Salzburg was very nice. We kept possession. We were under control. But if Gallagher's going to struggle in a possession-based footballing team, finding those passes, being able to show up for the ball on a regular basis, being crisp with your passing, footballing IQ, very important. It's not, back in West Brom, back in Crystal Palace, it was just like instinctive football. It was instinctive football because you're always on the counter. But at Chelsea Football Club, you've got to be an engineer. Ms. Bro, I feel people are having an agenda on Mount because I thought he was good and I looked at his numbers and they backed it up. Here's another guy who is only talking about Mason Mount based on yesterday's game. This is the issue with the fan base, man. We only remember the last game. We don't remember anything else that happened before that. We just remember the last one. And we are willing to forget the last 12 months. Even last night's game, we're acting like Mason Mount had a masterclass. Nah, man, nah. As I said, if you want to know about last night, check my review. I actually said Mason Mount was decent. I didn't say he was extremely good or extremely bad. I thought he did some things good, he did some things bad. I definitely didn't hype him out. If I'm hyping up that type of a performance, that just shows where our standards are, And our standards need to be a lot better. But yeah, that's about Conor Gallagher. I'm willing to be patient, but I just don't know whether Conor Gallagher fits our system. But let's see what Potter is able to do. Man, phenomenal. Means I take Pedri over Mount every day. Bro, I can't believe you're even comparing Pedri with... Pedri is generational, my man. Pedri is generational. Pedri's an unbelievable midfielder. Let's not even compare. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this Truth Bomb. 300 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 200. We're only about 17 likes away from 100. Let's push it to 200. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'll be back again with another video later on tonight, UK time, around 8:30ish, 9. Wrapping up the day's Chelsea news. Hopefully our players can manage to get us out of this Champions League predicament that we're in. If they have some pride in them, they will try and help us out. As I said, smash the like button, get those likes up to 4 more likes away from 100. Get those likes up to 100, and then from there on, let's push it to 200. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's try and get to 17,000 subscribers straight away. And let me know in the comment section below later on how you felt about the Truth Bomb. Until next time, see ya.